Hello, guys. Welcome back. My brain is officially fried, but for a good reason. You guys are the angel on my shoulder, and you didn't even know it. You guys know I've had a history, and it runs very strongly in both sides of my family. We have addictive personalities. It doesn't mean that we're charmingly addictive. It means if you have a potential to get addicted to something, you will do it. You can be addicted to anything on this planet, from drugs to sex to exercise to sleep to anything else. If it exists, there's that meme on the internet. Yeah, if it exists, you can get addicted to it. And I've been honest with you guys. I've been addicted to alcohol, and I realized Wine Fairy was not drinking my wine, and I luckily got away from that. And I got told one day that, have you ever considered you're addicted to painkillers? So I got away from that. And I had a moment today, and you guys are the only reason that I'm not totally baked on camera, because I walk into the gas station for one of my addictions, which is soft drinks. To the end of time, I realize to the end of time, I'm going to need something. People with an addictive personality, to me, it's not perfect, but the way for me to cope is to have an addiction that I can monitor, that's legal, and that's, I know to watch it. I know how much to consume. I know some days are going to be harder than others, but if I let myself have soda and fast food, those are two addictions that I can watch, and they will make you feel lousy if you overdo them pretty quickly. So you will naturally pull back. And I'm like, it's not ideal. I'd like to be, totally without anything like that. But, it's something I can do. And it's not like it's this dreadful monster in the same way that, say, alcohol or painkillers can be, but it is something that if I could have a Coke and a hamburger fountain, I totally would. And I've often wondered to myself, oh, is it really an addiction or is it just something I enjoy? And I think it blurs the line. I think it really does. It's something I truly enjoy, soda and fast food and having fun and everything. But it's also like a little bit towards the addictive side of my personality, a little bit towards the money is no object because I need to feed my need side of my personality, because it's very there, and I'm aware I'm an addict. I'm aware I have addictive genes. It runs in both sides of the family. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just, if you realize you have an addictive personality, try to use your powers for good. Is what I try to do. Um, and I walk in to feed my addiction, to feed my soda addiction, and I realize, I see this little sign, and it says you have to be over 21 to buy this product, and it's not THC. And I'm like, excuse my ignorance, but what is that? B something something O something, I think. And she says, oh, they're marijuana gummies. They're little edibles. I said, what? Excuse me? And she's like, yeah, they're just below medical marijuana, so you don't need a prescription. She says, but it's pot. It's pot. I said, okay, forgive my ignorance again, because she said it was THC. I'm like, oh, I know what that is, like those pills and oils, right? She's like, yeah. And like, I'm an idiot. I'm like, I know what it is, but the old brain ain't pulling into the station. I said, forgive my ignorance again, but can you get high off of these things? And she goes, well, some people say you do, some people say you don't. Personally, she thought it was too much money, because for $9 you got this tiny pouch that couldn't shout, here's your gateway to drug addiction anymore if it tried. It was like this teeny tiny pouch. It looked like a dope dealer made it up. And there are like 7 or 8 little gummies in that. So like $1 a pop. I'm like, those gummies weigh like what, a gram? So like literally it's like $1 a gram. I'm like, you couldn't say drugs more if you printed, yo dude, these are drugs on the package. And they have that kind of Grateful Dead kind of wavy gravy rainbow of colors on them, and there's cartoon bears on the front. I'm like, this is a disaster waiting to happen, because kids, what is the one thing kids do? They get into stuff that they shouldn't get into. And yeah, we can't childproof the grilled. I've never been a proponent of that, but I'm like, it's a store that sells a huge amount of candy, plus there are the candy edibles. It just feels like there should be a separate section, because the alcohol and the legal drugs are sold exactly in the same store that all the candy and the ice cream and everything else is being sold at. And I'm imagining some baked person, not on purpose, leaving a pouch out, and I'm like, we're gonna see if kids get zonked on these things. And kids, they'll just steal stuff, right? They'll just steal stuff. They'll see it, they'll be told they can't have it, they'll steal. Like, kids have stolen cigarettes and beer since the beginning of time. Kids will steal these gummies and try them out. And that isn't like say no to drugs, kids. It's just like this is inevitable. I know this is going to happen. I'm not freaked out about it because they make sure that it's nothing that's going to kill you. But still, we probably don't want little kids going around zonked out of their gourds. And I looked at it and I thought, it's funny. The shit that's not good for me, I manifest because I thought, boy, if that was ever legal, I'd really like to try it once. Here they were, right in front of me for $9. I could try getting high as a kite. And I'm like, no. I have addictive personality. No, that's okay. I said, oh, that's okay. Thank you for letting me know. And she'd even opened the case and she like was leaning and talking about them and everything. I'm like, no, that's okay. That's okay. I'm good. I'm good over here. I'm wavy gravy enough without any drugs added into my system. I do caffeine. It's a legal drug and salt and sugar and everything. And that MSG they put into fast food, that's also, I'm like, I got my drugs of choice. I'm good. And I walked out of the store and, one half of me is curious. And that's how all my addictions ever begin. They're like, I can go back in and see. This is just scientific. I'm going to just, try a pouch of these things and eat them. And probably nothing will happen. And I can come on and go, hey guys, guess what? Those CDC things, I got them. And then be like, "Bleh." I can't remember. And, and then I thought, well, probably nothing will happen because the two sides of my personality are trying to war it out. And then the side that wants to try it is like, yeah, I could get them and not try them on camera, not saying anything. And I'm like, that's the addict in me talking to me. That is the addict, the strung out addict going, hey, we could get them and not tell anybody. It's going to be okay. We can just not tell anybody. It'll be our secret that we tried it. I'm like, addict, go away. So that's the addict in me. That is the addict. The addict is the one that's like, we can hide this. We can totally hide this. That is speaking from an addict is from a long line of addicts. That is your addictive behavior. Everybody in my family that's ever been addicted to something has 5 million hiding places. It's like that's addiction 101. If you have to hide it, you probably shouldn't be doing it. And yeah, there are certain things we don't show other people we do that there's nothing wrong with it. It's not addictive. We're just a polite society. But if you're hiding bottles or gummies or something else somewhere, you might need to go, wait a minute, why am I hiding this? What is it about doing this that I feel ashamed of that I feel I need to hide? And then, the Odin part of my personality comes forward and is like, you're going to get strung out. You're going to get strung out and be zonked out on camera. You're going to be high and taking off your clothes and flashing your boobs at people, or you're going to be making a damn fool of yourself. You are a gibbering idiot when you get around stuff like this. No. No is what I'm telling you. And, I was like, I probably should listen to that voice because that kind of Odin voice that we all have in our head if we work with the old man. It's not the old man to be sure, and he's not just a voice in our head, but it was like, no, no, you will be addicted and strung out, and you already grumble to yourself that if only you didn't drink soda and eat fast food, you'd have more money for other stuff. Now you'll add THC on top of it. No, you're not doing this. And it's like, I swear that the universe doesn't let me win the lottery because it knows I would just try every dumb thing I've ever wanted to try. 1 second, please, guys. Allergies. Sorry about that, but you guys were kind of the angel on my shoulder. And I don't judge people that do it. I just know I'm an addict. And addicts can't do what everyone else does. It doesn't mean that everybody else on the planet shouldn't drink or take painkillers or do something else. But it does mean addicts probably need to look sometimes at stuff and go, yeah, they say that's not addictive, but my dumbass would get addicted to that, is what my dumbass would do. Most people hate exercising. I have the ability to get addicted to it when my body's able to move. So I'm like, I have a very highly addictive personality. I can get addicted to absolutely anything, VR, whatever you name it. I can go through that cycle where I'm totally binging on it and I'm totally addicted. And then I have to pull myself back and say no. So yeah, you guys were kind of the angel on my shoulder today. I almost bought THC gummies. I don't know if they would have done anything to me or not, but I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing. I'm like, I've had enough addictions in my life. Turns out I manifested something I didn't want after all, because once it was right in front of me, and I could have just reached over and grabbed a pack of gummies and slapped them on the thing and said, "Yep, I'll take some." You guys were the angel on my shoulder, and I'm like, I think I ducked a bullet on that one because it's one of those things where I think if you have an addictive personality, you have to watch the rest of your life. But you guys tell me, what do you think? So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.